Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to Prisha. Heartiest congratulations, Prisha, on competing and getting into India as one of the very good colleges. Okay, so we have a few questions lined up for you related to your selection and your path, how it went. So are you ready for the questions?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. So tell us, Prisha, the first question is, how is your experience about BITS campus, classes and academics?
which is a very beautiful college, I must say. There are like lawns and temples, so like there's like a lot of peace and serenity here. You can like relax. And the CADs are also very good. They have given us a choice actually. We have a zero attendance policy here. So we have a choice to attend our classes. And we also have these tutorial classes after every three lectures. So they basically cover up whatever has been going on in the lecture classes and gives us a summary and like tries to make us understand better of the concept and like gives us problem based questions type. So it's a very nice thing they have going on here. It's very systematic. And they're also trying to expand a lot in research since there are two fields you can either take is research and the research has been like it's expanding, so it's all very good. You can find everything here that we need.
Very nice. So, Prisha, what was the reason for you selecting CSC over other branches?
From the very beginning I wanted to go into AI, artificial intelligence and robotics. So one of the main things for it is computer science since and this was the only this was like one of the best options here, which Pilani giving offering me computer science, so I had to grab it at the first chance I got.
Great, great. So, how is BITS entrance exam different from JEE mains exams?
Bits has, I think it has like more negative marking than JE does, and more questions than JE does. So you have to be a bit faster when you're solving questions. There are, I think, 180 questions. I don't remember as, I don't quite remember it. 130 questions, I think. It was, yeah. So there are like more questions in less amount of time. So you have to speed it up faster. Also, there are extra questions. There's something like extra question in BitSat. So there are like 12 extra questions that you have to do only after you have submitted your main sheet, the original amount of questions that you do. This is not something that is there in JE. And mostly people aim for computer science here. And for that, you need to have like, you need to complete your paper, all the original amount of questions, and then go on to the extra questions, the 12 extra questions, and do those too. So it's a very competitive thing because there is negative marking in all those questions. And since the question increase, there's more chance of you getting more negative marks than more positive ones. And you have to do it very fast. The faster you do, the more amount of time you'll have for the ones you have left behind. So, and also because of this extra question system, you cannot go back to the previous questions. So you have to be very sure of what you have answered because you cannot recheck them. You cannot leave it all for like the later parts of the exam or examination time. This is not something that is there in JE. So honestly speaking, there is like a huge difference. Which it could be coverable though. Like you have, it's the same syllabus, so you have to prepare the same for both of them.
Okay. So, which one do you find more difficult? Was it JEE or BITSAT?
I think BitSat was more difficult. It was more because you had to put in like all of your time. You couldn't revisit those after you had gone to the extra questions. So I had to think a lot while entering the extra questions phase. I had to rethink all my answers, check them up once, and then go. And there is not enough time left for actually doing that. Also, in BitSat, we have English and logical reasoning that is not there in JE mains. I forgot to add this point. And that actually gets you a it's easier to score in those questions, the English and logical reasoning ones. If your English is like okay throughout your school, and if your logical reasoning is like aptitude based questions, so it's easier to get them. If you're like able to solve math, physics, chemistry, you're definitely able to do these as well. So like they're like basically they're providing you with bonus marks, and these questions get solved very easily, very quickly. So like you just this like one 10 seconds, one question done. It's very easy to pass through these questions. So I think that sort of gets an advantage to bits, but overall, I found it as challenging because the time management had to be there.
Nice, very well explained, Prisha. So, any guidance would you like to offer people preparing for JEE mains and also for BITSAT?
What I did myself was I always prepared for JEE mains in advance. But in the last month before BitSat, I had started doing previous year questions from BitSat. So I think that's all, it gives you the idea of the exam. It gives you what kind of questions will come. It also gives you how much time you need to solve those questions. Since there are like a limit, an amount of questions, sorry, that you need to do. So it sort of gives you a time management. Like if you put up a timer and then try solving those questions, you'll get to know that, okay, if you can solve all of them or not. So I think that's all you need, like previous year questions, because it's the same syllabus. You can like do it, cover it up in JEE preparation too.
Great, great. So, you did your chemistry preparation from Mr. Vinay Kumar Garg, right?
Yes.
So, what is the role of a teacher in your preparation? And also, would you suggest self-preparation over taking guidance from a personal teacher? And yeah,
It's always better to have guidance because that will lead you to the right path. Even though sometimes, like I mostly felt all my life that I don't need it, I can do it myself. But it was always better when I did get help. Like I wasn't willing to do chemistry from Vanessa because I was like, I can do it on my own. But when my father's like, you can try this out and see if it goes well. And when I joined Vanessa's class, I absolutely loved it because I could understand things better in a way. Even though like I never had problem with chemistry. It was my favorite subject, but I truly enjoyed it being in his classes. So I think a guidance because he recommended books which were very very helpful. So that guidance, there is somebody who experienced only who can help it with that. So I think we all need a guidance. We should stop thinking that we can do it only on ourselves. I mean, yes, you can do it. You have it in you. But if somebody is helping you, there is nothing better than that. I mean, they're just providing an help. It's all up to you at the end. So you can think it that yes, you have done it, but a little help is never bad.
nice. So, while you were preparing for the exam, I'm sure you must have witnessed a lot of pressure. So, how were you able to handle it?
About pressure, everybody witnesses it. And the more the exam comes near, your pressure increases. So there is nothing you can do. You can just find outlets. Like for me, it was sports. I loved playing. So like an hour or two a day, if you do things you love, the things you could like that try to calm you down, it's okay. It's okay to take an hour break. Do whatever you want and like calm down. Take the pressure off of your brain. That is always good. I would recommend that to anybody. Like find a thing you love, find a thing that calms you down, cools you down, and do that.
Nice, Prisha. So, Prisha, I also came to know that you went through a personal loss, yeah?
Mm.
And how were you able to manage your studies despite of all of that?
All throughout it, I just thought I would make my grandma had passed away. So I all throughout it, I just thought I would make her proud. And that was the only thing on my mind. It wasn't that I actually stopped thinking about anything and just started to focus on trying to make her proud and trying to do the best I could. So during that time, our 10th grade, sorry, 12th marks had been released. So it just gave me this boost that I can do well. I can do it well for her too. And she would be so proud of me from wherever she is. So I think that we could like take it in a positive aspect and try our best to make whoever we just lost proud. Like they would still be with us. I just thought she's still with me. She's still supporting me and I would never let her down. That's all.
Very nice, Prisha. And also, Prisha, while preparing for any competitive exam, people know where they are standing, right? So many people know, okay, it's an average preparation. Some feel, yeah, they are, way ahead. Yeah. So what word of advice would you give to a person who's just thinking that, like my preparation is average? So what would you like to suggest them?
If you're thinking your preparation is average and you really want to do something, then you definitely need to improve. Like if you're thinking average is good, it is never. There are many people, it's not that because you're average, you're thinking yourself as average, you'll be like, I'm happy with average. Never be happy with whatever you have. It's never sufficient. Always try to be better than what you were. That is what I have always been following. Even if it's like very minute, the percentage that I have improved, I would still love being improving and the improving end. The graph should always be upwards, never downwards. So even if you are like thinking that it is average, you already know you're preparing average. So you know there is a scope for better and always turn towards that better. And it's okay, it may take time, but if the improvement once it starts, it will always be there. And never let the graph go backwards again.
Great. And what study material or strategy would you like to suggest to such students?
Like Vinay sir had recommended us MTG, and he had his book about NTA solutions. So I had followed that for chemistry, and every school, you must be taking coaching from somewhere or some help, right? That is exactly why a help is needed, because they recommend you books. So for me, these books fit me very well. Like I could like solve very, I could like think it was like very nice amount of questions and everything was good. And previous year questions for all exams are very good, because the more practice you have of, because they were actually in the exam, so you were like more likely to face those questions and that difficulty of questions. So previous year is always good for all types of exams that you're giving.
Very nice. Any tips from your side you would like to offer?
Just keep calm and live through. That's all. Like it's okay whatever happens. At the end of the day, you tried your best. Just try your best, never give up. That's all.
Thank you, Prisha. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your precious experience sharing and guidance. I'm sure it is going to help
Thank
a
you.
lot to our students, and also a lot of best wishes for all your future endeavors. Yeah.
Thank you so much.